Today's workout is for all my pregnant mamas out there in your first trimester. So I'm 9.5 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm gonna show you the moves I am doing right now to help keep my core strong and make it even stronger to support a healthy pregnancy. So we're gonna get started on our backs. If you're in your second or third trimester, hang tight. These moves might be a little advanced with you, but I'm gonna get you your own workouts in a little bit as I progress in my pregnancy. So we're gonna start on our backs, draw your belly button in toward your spine and hands by your sides. We're gonna take both legs up over the hips, knees stop here, and then bring the feet back down. So up, shins parallel to the ceiling, and then lightly tap those toes. If you've done my postpartum ab program, you'll recognize this exercise. It's our foundation. We're gonna press the lower back toward the floor. That's gonna help us engage those inner abdominal muscles. And then moving those feet up and away, and then as we lower down, that's where you're gonna feel that intensity in your core. So we're working for 50 seconds, resting for 10, but you're pregnant, you might need more breaks than that, and that's totally okay. Work at your own pace. We are gonna be on our back quite a bit here, so if you find you're getting short of breath or dizzy, you can always come over to your side, or please just stop exercising if you feel ill. All right, we're gonna stop there. Now we're gonna move to an oblique twist. So I want you to take your arms wide for me, palms up. We're gonna take those knees over our hips and drop them to the front and then the back of the room. So we're anchoring those shoulders, we're dropping those knees slowly to the front, bring them back through the center, and then take them right to the back. So your palms are up and your shoulders are anchored here, and that's gonna allow you to get that work into your obliques. As you're dropping the legs, you're controlling through those abs. And then it's gonna keep that work out of your low back. We wanna protect that low back. And this is a great mobility exercise as well. No matter if you're pregnant or not, this one will really help strengthen your core and also create that flexibility in your spine that you need for a strong core. And it's very gentle. You're just taking it at your own pace, going as far as you can without that opposite shoulder lifting off the floor. You want to press it down as you move. All right, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna move to a single straight leg drop. So your hands can go back by your sides now, legs to the ceiling, toes pointed. We're gonna drop one leg at a time toward the floor, starting with the front leg. So just take it straight down and then bring it up. You don't have to touch the floor here. Just drop it so it's close to the floor. And as you're lowering that leg, you're taking care that your lower back is pressing toward the floor, your belly button is pulled in toward your spine, your abs are tight. If this is too intense here, you can always tap and bend one leg at a time, and then I'll make it a little bit easier. Again, it's not about speed here, we're moving with control, and that really allows that core to fire properly, especially when you're pregnant. It increases that inner abdominal pressure, making it harder to engage your core. So we wanna make sure we're engaging that whole time. We're resting here. We're moving on to our hands and knees. Take care, rolling over slowly, hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna lift the right arm and the left leg into a bird dog. So come up, lower back down, switch sides. So it's opposite arm and leg. That arm is about shoulder level. The leg is about hip level. Again, nice and slow. We wanna focus on balance here. Can you move the arm and the leg at the same time, up and down? Are you rotating or twisting your hips or shoulders as you're moving that arm and leg? We wanna keep everything square to the floor. And you can see my opposite hand is right under that shoulder on the floor. That's gonna keep you balanced. This is working those crosslings, those muscles in the back of your body. Help stabilize and support your core. This one's great for if you've got back pain or tightness in your hips. And this is a perfect exercise to do, not just in your first trimester, but you can do this one throughout pregnancy as you progress. All right, we're gonna move on to a bird dog crossover. So this time we're gonna extend the opposite arm and leg just like we did, and then we're gonna touch the knee to the elbow. So reset that posture, chest up, extend, and then cross. Extend and then come down, switch sides. We're gonna extend, knee to elbow, extend and come down. So keep going, alternating sides. Same thing, arm and leg, hip and shoulder height respectively. And you're gonna find a little extra stability challenge with that crossover. So really try to tuck that hip under, tuck your chest even a little bit right here as you're coming toward that knee. to get that elbow toward it. If you can't quite touch your knee to your elbow, that's no big deal. Do what you can. This one is kind of just a first trimester exercise. As your stomach gets a little bit bigger, of course, as baby grows, it's gonna be harder to do stuff like this. But first trimester, we're in that sweet spot where we're not quite big enough yet. Okay, hands under shoulders, we're coming to a plank and we're gonna do a bear squat. So feet wide and then hands under shoulders. We're gonna push the hips back and then we're gonna shoot forward into a plank. So push the hips back, shoot forward. Alternatively, you can put those knees down when you come forward to the plank. But you do want those knees off the ground when you're pushing your butt back into that bear squat. And this one's great for working your hips and then those abs switch on right here. Do you feel that? If you're like me, you're probably gonna get a little bit out of breath on this one. Thank you, pregnancy, for that speeding up the heart rate, metabolism. Get out of breath more quickly doing things that would normally make you breathless. We're resting here. We're gonna move to a bear crawl. So hands back under shoulders, knees back under hips. We're gonna crawl with the opposite arm, opposite leg, tuck those toes, lift those knees, right arm, left foot crawls forward, left arm, right foot crawls forward. Keeping those knees low to the ground. Shoulder stays over your wrist as you come forward. Option, knees stay on the ground. That's gonna take some of that pressure off your shoulders. This one is challenging. So if you do half and half, no big deal. If you do the whole thing with your knees down like this, no big deal. It's all about where you're at in your fitness level, where you're at in your pregnancy, how you're feeling. I know sometimes that nausea can hinder your workout efforts. Just do what you can. I've been there, trust me. All right, moving on. We're gonna do a forearm plank, single knee lift. So we're gonna start on the knees here. So elbows under shoulders, hips about shoulder level. Tuck those toes. We're gonna lift one knee off the floor, tap down, switch. So make sure here your elbows are under your shoulders. Your hips are about shoulder height here. Abs are pulled in, belly is braced. So you feel really held in here as you're moving. As you extend that leg, take care to make sure you're not lifting your butt or pushing your butt back, keeping those abs braced. And then you're just gently tapping the leg down. We don't want that leg to fall heavy. We want to just gently tap, and that's going to keep that ab pressure on. We're almost there. All right, moving on to a side forearm plank lift. So we're gonna bend that bottom leg, extend the top leg, elbow under shoulder 90 degrees. We're gonna reach the top arm up, lift the hip, and then tap the hip back down. So lift, tap. You can look toward that hand if you want, or if your arm's tired, you can just put your hand on your hip here. We wanna take care to make sure we're pressing through that underside of your waist here, and that's really gonna strengthen those hip and oblique muscles that work hard to help support us during pregnancy, especially as baby grows. These moves are gonna be really helpful. And this is a great one to do throughout your pregnancy as well. Again, we're taking it nice and slow, trying to drive that hip up high, and make sure you're not collapsing into your bottom shoulder. You're pushing that arm away. We're gonna move to the other side. Again, bottom leg bent, arm up or hand on your hip, elbow under shoulder 90 degrees. Let's lift and tap. Again, really light tap as you hit the mat. You're not just resting at the bottom, you're not just falling to the ground. You're keeping that pressure on with just a little release at the bottom. We really want to take care to strengthen our core right now during pregnancy. It's only going to get harder from here, as you know. And doing stuff like this now will not only help us support our baby, alleviate pain and discomfort, but also help us stay strong throughout our pregnancy. Avoid severe diastasis recti. A lot of people get it, but this will help it not be as severe and make your recovery easier in the long run. All right, that's it. 10 minutes goes by quick. So you could do this one every day if you'd like in your first trimester. And again, I'm gonna be coming up with a second and third trimester core workout. So if you're pregnant with me, we're gonna go through this together, and I'm gonna help you get strong and stay strong throughout your pregnancy. So hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more first trimester and pregnancy workouts.